Hey guys, it's me Jack Tembo here. In today's video, we're going to talk about programming or software engineering or development. I don't know what you call it. I call it computer programming. You may call it software engineering. But these two things are very, very different from each other when you take them in a technical specification. Yeah, they are different. I'm not wrong, they are different. Yeah, so in Africa, do we have software engineers? Do we have programmers? Do we have developers? The answer is yes, without going very far. There are a lot of software developers or software engineers in Africa. In fact, I am one of them. Uh, some people might think that Africa, because Africans are black, it means that they are black even in mind. No, not at all. Do you understand? Yeah, in fact, there are a lot of developers, programmers in Africa, do way more than you think. I'm telling you, they're just a lot. They're just a lot, a lot, a lot. Almost, in fact, all the continents in this earth, in this universe, or in this world have got developers. What is more? You can argue with me if you like, but that is the fact that I'm telling you about. Now, in terms of programming in Africa, how do Africans program? Well, programming is programming, right? Yes, programming is programming. Whether you are in the United States of America, whether you are in the United Kingdom, you are in Dubai, wherever you are, programming is called programming. Creating software is called creating software. That is all. Yes. So, in Africa, we all know that Africans, a lot of African countries are developing countries. They don't have a lot of resources to improve their technology skills. Yes, when you go to countries like my own country, Zambia, there are a few developers, a few developers, I'm telling you, a few software engineers. This is why it is really, really hard for a software engineer to survive in countries like Zambia. If you find a senior staff software engineer in Zambia, that person has studied software engineering on their own. They haven't been relying on what the country has to provide for them to know about computer programming. Yes. And when you're talking about computer programming, we all know that programming is about programming languages. A programming language is a language that software engineers or programmers use to communicate to computers. Yes, there are a lot of programming languages in the world right now, such as JavaScript, PHP, Python, Java, C, C++. You can name them, they're just a lot. But when you come to Africa, since a lot of African countries are still developing, they're not yet developed, you find that most of the programming languages that are used in Africa are those what we call legacy programming languages. An example of this legacy programming language is PHP. Why? What the hell is this programming language? PHP is considered to be a legacy programming language for the web. Yes, PHP was originally designed for the web, but it is a trash of a programming language. But since it is a thing that 99% of African developers know, it is surviving. It is surviving. And this is why PHP, yeah, I agree. I agree with anyone who can tell me that PHP is almost dead, and anyone who would tell me that PHP is a dying programming language, I will say yes. But since we have got Africa, we have got developing countries like Africa that are backing PHP up, it will survive no matter what. I'm telling you, that is the gospel truth. What I'm telling you is the gospel truth. It is like the truth from God himself. Okay, yeah. So since a lot of African developers don't know modern technologies, people from developed countries like United States of America, the United Kingdom, are thinking as if Africans cannot create real systems. My friends, Africans can create whatever Americans can create. That is all you have to understand, my brother or my sister. I don't know who is listening to this broadcast. Yeah. So, let me come to Zambia. Zambia, my home nation, my home country, where I am staying here in Africa. In Zambia, if you find programmers, most of the programmers that you find in Zambia are those who have been to higher learning institutions, such as colleges or universities. Yes, and a lot of programmers in Zambia don't know how to write code. They call themselves programmers, whereas all they know is HTML and CSS. Well, HTML and CSS is not a programming language. HTML, hypertext markup language, it is a markup language. CSS, Cascadian style sheet, it's not a programming language. I don't blame programmers here in Zambia. I blame the system that we have in Africa here. It's not our problem that we are a developing country here in Zambia. It is none of my problems. It is not the fault for the president. It is not the fault for the continent. I don't blame anyone for that. But I blame programmers themselves. What I can encourage programmers is this: before you start learning how to code, do a research, do a thorough research. Research about programming languages that are in demand right now. Because it is not good whereby you start studying a certain programming language. A few months later, you garbage that programming language and start saying, no, I never knew that this programming language would die, things like that. My friend, think carefully. Think carefully. Also, here in Zambia, if you see developers who have been learning programming from universities, like here in this country, Zambia, we have the highest learning institution called the University of Zambia, or UNZA. Yeah, I've been once a student there at the University of Zambia. I know what is going on that site. So, when you go to the University of Zambia, the main programming languages that they teach that site is Java, C, C++, and C#. Now, look at C, C++, Java. These are complicated programming languages that they are teaching to newbies, those people who are new to programming or software engineering. Because look at, someone is new to software engineering and you're teaching them C++. What are they going to understand about? Because according to my experience in programming, if you are a new person in software engineering, you have to learn the basics of software engineering, and a programming language that I would recommend you to start with if you are new to software engineering is Python. Why am I saying Python? Well, Python is a beginner-friendly language. One, this means that for those who are new to programming, if they really want to understand the basics of programming, the fundamentals of programming, Python is their best friend. Because Python, one, it has got a simple syntax. Yes, it has got a simple syntax. It is like English language. it's a programming language that is very, very close to the English language itself. When you're programming in Python, when you are writing Python programs, you feel as if you are writing English itself, unlike Java, C, C++. Because look at Java, C, C++, those are difficult languages. Even even people who already know how to program in other programming languages, if they are learning C, C++, and Java for the first time, they find it difficult for them to grasp those technical terms. Okay? Yeah. So never learn C, C++ as your first programming language, or Java as a first programming language. Do you understand? I'll slap you if you don't understand. Secondly, never learn PHP. You are destroying your minds over here. PHP is not good at all. We've got a good PHP framework such as Laravel, but doesn't mean that PHP is good. PHP is surviving because of WordPress. We've got WordPress, a rich content management system that is powering I know maybe it's more than 30% of the websites on the internet, but that doesn't matter to me. All what you have to know is that if you are really, really serious about learning how to code, avoid WordPress. Since you're avoiding WordPress, also avoid PHP. PHP is really, really bad. Okay? Thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this.